let's just do it. I'm going to take the delay. Do you know what, I actually quite like it, just sort of, let's delete that, let's copy that again. It actually sounds quite nice, just following the bass line. So let's do that. Quite often you may find that you think something might work and you try it and it doesn't, and then something else, often much simpler, works a lot better. But it's the only way you find out is through trial and error, so there we go. What I might try and do with this is whenever I'm using reverbs, I try and cut out at least some of the real lower frequencies, the real subby frequencies, because subby frequencies and reverb I don't generally think are too good of a mix, especially if you've got a lot of sounds with sub, and it can get very messy. I kind of want to try and, well, maybe that's okay as it is. I wanted to sort of space this out a little bit and keep this sound much more central. I may take the delay off this one, that's good, and I don't need that reverb, I may go to the utility, throw on a gain plugin and set that to mono. I don't know, is that killed? Yeah, no, I don't think that's, I think that made it sound a bit naff, so we'll get rid of that. That still sounds a bit naff, that. What can I do? I'm going to That sounds that second note on those last two regions in the bar of the 4 bars. And what I'm thinking, where I've taken, because those 2 notes that I'd just taken out did fall on one of the snare hits. What I want to do is emphasize that. I'm going to, did I put anything on this? I think I've been getting a few weird glitches because it appears that there is a sample in there. There's a sort of a waveform, but it's saying no sample loaded. And I think if I drop in a sample here, I'm going to guess that the waveform will appear on here, and it will go over the top of this one and make it look quite messy. I don't know why it's been doing this, just a funny little quirk I've noticed recently. Right, let's find a snare. I want a real kind of snappy, punchy, crashy, reverby. I can add the reverb on obviously, but something, a big kind of maybe something like that. Let's try it. Let's see what it sounds like. I'll use it in conjunction with the other. I haven't put any regions out yet. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to drag and drop. Let's chuck that out there. So on this one, on the second snare hit, I want to add in another region there. Okay, what's that sound like? That's working all right, I think. I would quite like that to sustain even more. Let's see what the sustains. I'm going to open out the decay of the yeah, it's just there's not much. Okay, I don't know, I'm just deciding whether to use the multi-output function in Ultrabeat and send all of my sounds, my drum sounds, out to different outputs so that I can affect them differently, so I can put you know, put different effects on each thing, which is the way I'd normally do it. I'm just thinking it's a lot more involved and will take longer. I'm not going to do that just for the purposes of this video. I may do, again, I could do a video, a more focused video, just about that kind of process. I may do that in a minute actually. I might do a little bit more to this and then do one of these more focused, like a tutorial kind of thing. I tell you what, let's I'm gonna do. We haven't done any automation. I'm thinking of putting an echo on this. And when that extra snare hit comes in, automating some echo in. Now I could do that either by adding it onto. You can either do it by adding the effect that you want to, automate onto the channel strip. I could also bus it again, send it to another auxiliary strip, and that way I could put the effect on and have that on constantly, and then just automate when this track is sending to that effect. Sometimes it is good to do it that way. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way just in case I'm going to do it that way. Oh, not bus 6, sorry. Bus 7, and we'll call this. I should really name all of these. I should probably name all of my channels just so I know where I am with them. Let's call it Echo Snare. I'll tell you what, let's just call it Echo. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to do just going to name some of these so I know where I am. Let's call this bell. I know I'm not using these. I may want to bring them back in at some point. They may be useful in an intro possibly, or a breakdown, or you never know what when something might be useful. So yeah, I can keep those, I know what they are. Alright, so where was I? Drag and drop samples. And okay, echo. So let's send that. Oh, hang on. Apologies. This is something you've got to be careful with. I've just put that echo on my main output. So if I unsolo that, we should get probably quite a weird sounding track. Yes. Okay. And that's peaking. Why is it? Okay, let's bring up the mixer. Press it. I've pressed X then to bring that up on my keyboard. So I want this not on there. I want that on my echo auxiliary channel. Okay, so yeah, that's quite good. Let's just loop this bit over. That's quite loud, isn't it? Okay, and now I'm going to automate this. Now, if I'd put the echo on to the channel strip I was working on, I could press the automation, go here and pick what what I want to automate. Because I've put it on a send here on this send channel, you may, if you've done this and you want to automate on a send channel, it is possible. You may be wondering, how can I bring up the automation so that I can automate it? The way to do it, there may be another way. This is the way I do it anyway. Here, where it's just above the pan, where it says read, and it's grayed out. If we click this, and I usually use touch. Shall I explain quickly? I think the way it works, touch, basically when you automate, it basically allows you to record in automations live. If you set it to touch, whatever you change, if you're changing the pan or the volume or whatever, it will make the automation changes as you do them, and once you let go of, say, the fader, it will revert back to the value it was at before you started. If it's on latch, it will remain at the point you leave it when you finish automating. So if I was slowly bringing this up and I got to there and I let go, it would stay at the point I left it at. Where were we? Somewhere around here, I think. And right is, I never use that. I think it's it completely writes it. I think it's best to avoid that unless you really know what you're doing. I use touch. It just seems to, unless I know that I want, say I'm ramping up a volume, and then when it gets to that crescendo point, I want it to remain at the highest point. But generally I use touch. So once you've put it on this, you simply play. Okay, so what I'm automating here is I'm going to be automating this amount of send. So I'm going to set that to 0 at the moment, and then I'm just going to start playing the track. Once the track's playing, any changes you make will be recorded in automation. Because this is on an auxiliary channel that I'm making the automations, it will actually create a new, almost like a new channel strip down here, so that basically you get you can view your automations and edit them in this arrange window. You should see that in a minute, what I mean. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm going to stop that. I can't hear what's going on. I don't know when I need to bring it in, so I'm going to do this again. Solo this one this time. And I'm going to try and do an alt click just before that snare hit. Yeah, let's see if that works. Hang on. Okay, no, it didn't. Hang on, let's try it again. Okay, now I'm going to set this back to read. And shouldn't that have created oh no, okay, sorry, it hasn't created a new channel strip on here because the automation I was doing was actually on this channel strip. It was the amount of send I was you know, the amount of send to the bus channel. If I'd made a change to this say the fader here, I could have faded this in to get the same effect. I could have made, I still could make some changes to the settings here, then it would create a new kind of channel strip down here. Okay, but yes, as it is, the automation will be on just on here as normal. So smart, not smart controls, where are we? Here we go, send 3 echo. And we should be able to see, hello, what is that? By the way, if you are using these touch and latch controls, it's very important when you've finished recording that you set it back to read. If you don't, and you start playing with, you know, volume this and tweak that, it will record those in as well, and you may not want to do that. It doesn't seem to have put in my automation, does it? No. Okay, let's just do it manually. And where would the snare hit be? It'd be there. So basically I want it at 0, and then just before I want it to, whoops, so the snare hit would be there. That's quite, see what that sounds like. Oh, that is not where it is at all, is it? Come on, please let me drag that whole thing. Come on, there we go. Okay, what is going on? Why am I not getting... Oh, hang on. No, yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm not quite sure why this automation isn't working. Okay, I'm doing it on the wrong bit. Why? That should be send 3, so it's send number 3, go into the echo. The automation is in there. I was doing that at the wrong point when I was manually inputting it. It should be, whoops. Oh, come on. Oh, right, you know what? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. No, the automation isn't working, is it? Okay. Okay, that's more like it. And then we'll taper this off. Oh, come on.